Journey to the West is a familiar work to all of us. What if we reverse the plot? One day, the Buddha sent his disciple Tang Sanzang along with three guardians Sun Wukong, Zhu Baji, and Sun Wukong to bring scriptures to the great Tang to spread the teachings. Hearing this news, the Jade Emperor was extremely angry, because the great Tang originally fell under the management of the heavenly court. The Buddhist sect wanting to come to his territory to preach made him feel insulted. On one hand, the Jade Emperor spread rumors that eating Tang Sanzang's flesh would lead to enlightenment and immortality. On the other hand, he secretly ordered his subordinate immortals to descend to the mortal world and join the ranks of demons to eliminate Tang Sanzang's disciples encountered countless difficulties that caused people demons appeared densely, and the road to the great Tang was distant and obstructed. Over time, everyone's spirits were broken. Finally, Sun Wukong gave up, deciding to stay at the flowing sands river as a demon, while Zhu Baji stayed at Gao village to marry. Only Sun Wukong did not retreat, continuing to protect Tang Sanzang and press on. Sun Wukong was too powerful, destroying one demon after another. Gradually, all three realms respected and admired Wukong, causing the Jade Emperor's plan to fail. Out of schemes, the Jade Emperor met and made a secret agreement with the Buddhist sect. He made a demand. As long as the Buddhist sect stopped Sun Wukong, the heavenly court would clear the way for Tang Sanzang to safely reach the great Tang. The agreement was signed, and the Buddhist master Jaya imprisoned Sun Wukong under the Five Elements Mountain for 500 years. Tang Sanzang arrived at the great Tang and was grandly received, becoming the imperial uncle, enjoying all the glory and wealth. It is rumored that he was even sent on a diplomatic mission to the women's kingdom and married a queen there. After 500 years, Sun Wukong finally broke out of the mountain, leading an uprising against both sides. Wukong recruited troops, gathered sworn brothers, and caused a great uproar in the heavenly court. Cunning schemes, Wukong. Wukong barely escaped from Laozi's alchemy furnace and immediately sought a place to hide. It turned out Sun Wukong went to the Western Lost Continent and the Patriarch Sub. Unexpectedly, Suhuti was connected to the Buddhist sect and drove Wukong. Wukong fled all the way from the Western Lost to the Eastern Victory Continent. Arriving at Flower Fruit Mountain, lamenting his tragic life, his master's betrayal, his brothers turning against him, and being hunted everywhere. Disheartened and discouraged, Sun Wukong stayed at Flower Fruit Mountain and died there, turning into a stone. Could this be the true original version of Journey to the West? There are many reasons for us to doubt that. Because a great master discovered that the version of Journey to the West we know has signs of opposing Buddhism. Let's decode the mysteries in today. Returning to the storyline by Wu Chunin. Disciples resembles the process of a Buddhist's cultivation. First is the name Chen Xuanzing. It is known that this is a confident person. And people had a confident person. And people had a confident person. And people had a confident person. First is the name Chen Xuanzing. This is the real name of the main character in the story. But in reality, the real name is Chen Xuanzing. His Buddhist Dharma name is Tripitaka. Tripitaka, meaning the three baskets of scriptures, includes Theravada, Mahayana, and Supreme Gable. Tripitaka also signifies Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha. According to Buddhism, these are the three jewels of refuge for a person. Second is the name Monkey King, Wukong. All the restless thoughts of humans are likened to a monkey, fond of jumping around. But within that jumping around, there is a Buddha nature which is seeing, hearing, knowing, Dharma, and arising. Tuesday is the name of Zhu Baji. That is the three realms prohibition in Buddhism. The true cultivator avoids following Buddha. We must thoroughly preserve the three realms: greed, hatred, illusion, life, doubt, evil, and turn, symbolizing gluttony, a love for sleep, laziness, and a preference for idleness. Or say things that are not true. Also known as speaking at random, etc. The fourth is purity and enlightenment. Immediately cultivate practice to attain one's own pure nature, symbolizing labor, diligence, hard work, and honesty. faith, cultivation, etc. In the work, Tang Sanzang is considered the main character. But essentially, this story is about the life of a practitioner. You follow the Zen school of Buddhism. From the moment of birth, cultivating to the state of Buddhahood, you are none other than the Marquis King. The profound meaning of the life of Prince Hu is as follows. Stage 1 is the formation of a human being. King Hao began to develop an imbalance of the 5 elements: wood, fire, earth, or earth, water, wind, thought. Earth, water, wind, fire. Phase 2, the Monkey King goes to seek knowledge and attain the principle of emptiness, comprehend emptiness. He sought to study with Self-Yuki, a disciple of Shakyamuni Buddha. Fundamentally, it is the pure Dharma body. That is, the Buddha nature. Prince Long went to learn from the pure Buddha, your own wisdom. He had learned various types of supernatural, like ascending to heaven, burrowing into the earth, riding a... Therefore, Prince Hu was taught by the venerable. Give it the name Sun Wukong. That is the practice that attains the principle of penetration. According to Buddhism, this is a person who diligently practices. It is classified as Hinayana, also known as practicing according to the two. It means still clinging to existence. Phase 3, the ultimate and all-encompassing knowledge. The prince felt he had some supernatural powers. They consider themselves, that is, the ego, to be supreme. In this universe, there is nothing. So Sun Wukong broke the natural law of cause and effect by going up to heaven and smashing the celestial, go to hell and eliminate the bourgeoisie. Because Sun Wukong had just begun his, not yet reaching the ultimate merit of the way. Therefore, one cannot thoroughly understand the nature of all things. Hence, later on, one must bear the cost. In stage 4, the attachment to existence and non-existence was very small. Sun Wukong had broken the concept of heaven, eliminated the notion of hell. Yin then said that the mind of the cultivator claims to neither nor hell. Not right, not wrong, not superior, not inferior, meaning no longer clinging to dualistic opposites, but still perceives self, cease, and knows. That is, there remains a slight attachment to existence and knowledge, even if very small. Therefore, the Tathagata Buddha pressed his hand down, symbolizing Sun Wukong being imprisoned by the 5 elements. Sun Wukong was imprisoned in the 5 elements mountain for 5. This number was said by Wu Chunyin, implying that Sun Wukong still lived within the 5 aggregates, symbolized by the number 500. Because living within the 5 aggregates, one cannot attain enlightenment. This is the difference between Buddha and sentient beings. We do not know how long we have been tumbling in these 8 realms, and since when we have been imprisoned by the 5 aggregates. If we had known the 5 aggregates are unreal, we would certainly escape from them easily. Most of us are disciples of Shakyamuni Buddha yet do not know. Let me ask, on this earth, how many people know the 5 aggregates are unreal? If one doesn't even know the 5 aggregates, how can one know Buddha? Because we do not know Buddha nature, we have been deceived by others since countless kalpas. Stage 5 is when Sun Wukong realized the emptiness of the dust nature. Throughout the long time living in the 5 elements mountain, thanks to the guidance of Bodhisattva Guanyin. Bodhisattva Guanyin symbolizes the hearing ability of the Sun Wukong then heard with his own naturally pure hearing nature. Thanks to this, Sun Wukong clearly realized his true hearing nature. By clearly realizing the hearing nature, Sun Wukong understood the following 2 fundamental principles. First, within the 8 realms, operations follow causes and conditions in the law of karma in the cycle of birth and death. Second, within the pure Buddha nature, there is no birth or death. Why no birth or death? Because it is pure. Though pure, there is still life. How can there be life and still be pure? Because this life is sustained by electron light. This electron light is a type of naturally moving electromagnetic field, without the force of yin-yang attraction. At this point, Sun Wukong realized his 5 aggregates are unreal, meaning the 5 aggregates are all empty. So Sun Wukong broke through the 5 elements mountain, soaring freely in the sky. At this moment, the Monkey King was officially named Sun the Pilgrim, meaning the true cultivator. 1. In this world, whoever realizes that their 5 aggregates are unreal. 2. That person is truly a genuine practitioner according to Buddhism. 3. While those who cannot see this, 4. Are merely using the name of practice to make a living. 5. Because he has realized his true nature. 6. Sun Wukong naturally comprehends everything. 7. Thus, what is false, what is real. 8. He knows it all, whether invisible or visible. 9. As for those who use worldly learned wisdom. 10. No matter how profound, cannot understand the pure knowing of Buddha nature. 11. That pure knowing, even if you practice diligently and intelligently like Master Chen Xuanzing. 12. Still cannot fully comprehend. 13. Even if the master exerts himself and continues. 14. Abstaining from food and sleep, revered by kings and officials with fame throughout the world. 15. Still cannot know like the pure knowing of Buddha nature. Bad joy. 17. Fond of eating, addicted to sleep, craving all worldly. 18. Still cannot know like the pure knowing of Buddha nature. Xa go tick. 20. Diligent, persistent, not neglecting anything. 21. Even the smallest matter, without fatigue. 22. Still cannot know like the pure knowing of Buddha nature. 23. In summary, the 3 types of practitioners mentioned above. 24. They cannot know the pure knowing of Buddha nature. 25. 7. The Monkey King becomes a practitioner. 26. This officially marks the beginning of being a cult. 27. Because as a cultivator, he knows all falsehoods, deceptions, etc. 28. Therefore, on the Monkey King's path. 29. Nothing can deceive him. 30. As for those who strive diligently like Master Chen, bad joy. 32. Also do not know the truth of those who practice the path of liberation. 33. Do not know the path of liberation. 34. Even if they practice through thousands of hellish lives. 35. They still must wander in the 6 realms of rebirth without end. 36. For this reason, Shakyamuni Buddha taught. 37. Even if you establish meditation centers and practice zealously. 38. Your Buddha nature cannot manifest. 39. 8th is approaching the Tathagata, meaning Buddha nature. 40. When the Monkey King approaches the Buddha. 41. It is only approaching, not yet entering the Tathagata's house. 42. Here, not a single word can be spoken, like a wordless sutra. 43. When entering the Tathagata's house, one cannot speak a word. 44. But only sees thus, understands thus, knows thus. 45. The seeing and knowing are always clear, pure, and all-encompassing. 46. Possessing wondrous functions. 47. At this point, in the Buddha's esoteric teachings, it is said. 48. When you have entered the pure nature ocean of Buddha nature. 49. Then all matters in Buddha nature are left to the 50. For there the Buddha taught 4 lines. Now that your ambition has been subdued, just do what belongs to the Buddha nature. Entering here, the ego is lost. The pure Dharma body manifests with us. When one has entered a great blessing, connecting with the ocean of pure, then one can no longer use the source from this world. Therefore, we understand why when Shakyamuni Buddha attained enlightenment, he did not want to speak because he saw everything in this world was completely different from what he saw and knew before enlightenment. He saw from the invisible to the visible, all operating very orderly, fair, harmonious, without error, pervading this universe. Human words cannot describe it. That means everything humans living in this world see and know is completely reversed, so he could not speak it out. Therefore, reaching this point is considered wordless, meaning the wordless sutra. Here, we decode the mysteries of the Zen masters. If someone asks you, what is your Buddha nature or true mind? They do not answer, but strike with a stick, shout loudly, or give a kick that has already answered the question. If one is sharp, they will recognize the answer. But if they generate the illusion seeking meaning in words, they will be right here. Now lecturers use their high intellectual learning to explain. How can they explain correctly? T even know one word. How can they know all that is in the ocean of pure Buddha nature that they explain? Dear everyone, because wanting everyone to understand, the Monkey King had to request sutras with words to help everyone comprehend. Relying on the 12 Mahayana sutras, relying on various meditation methods, or seeking to trace back to one's own origin, which in Buddhism is called returning to the ocean of pure Buddha nature, without going through various stages of practice. However, there are many viewpoints that say the true meaning of Journey to the West is actually opposing Buddhist ethics. Why is that? Venerable Dr. Thich Tu comments as follows. Journey to the West is a classic epic novel of Chinese literature. that has been admired and loved by readers worldwide. Whenever reading it, they forget to eat and sleep. From all perspectives, readers as well as viewers perceive the work with different understandings and draw for themselves very different lessons. The effects of the work are very diverse, as hearts, naturally not identical to the author. And thus, evaluations, judgments, comments, even through many periods, continue according to the writer's own views. In the story as in the film, Buddha Tathagata is accused of masterminding bribery by ordering two monks, Kasyapa and Ananda, the top pure monks among Buddha's disciples, to sympathize with the four master disciples of Tang monk. That made the three straightforward disciples of Tang monk discontent. But because they saw monks Kasyapa and Ananda apologize, all three forgave without making a big issue. The four master disciples saw everything settled, happily brought the sutras back. Near returning to the Great Hall, suddenly Buddha's eagle flew up into the sky, snatched the sutras and then brought them to him. At that moment, Tang Sanzang and his disciples realized that the scriptures they had painstakingly brought back were worthless sutras. Here, according to the author's intent, the Buddha is also indirectly the cause of disaster. Knowing about the bribery but not prosecuting, waiting until they were almost back to their country to reveal it. Perhaps the author deliberately created such twisted plots to lull the readers. The goodness of the wordless sutras and the worded sutras that the author constructed does not carry Zen intentions, as many have deliberately interpreted. In fact, it aims to create an attitude of resentment and bitterness in readers towards the Buddha and Bodhisattvas. Through this, it slanders and distorts Buddhism. Although we can agree with the author Wu Chunyin that in any era, bribery and corruption are unavoidable. But we cannot agree with the author when he imposes wicked, condemnable elements through the images of the Buddha and the holy monks. There are many images we can fictionalize through which one can express their sentiments to criticize or satirize the vices of society. The Buddha, Bodhisattvas, and holy monks are the perfect models of society. The great sages of humanity, not idealized concepts. They are real historical figures. Their contributions to humanity in morality and wisdom are undeniable historical facts. Those seeking progress in moral and spiritual life must learn from them. Therefore, literary workers should not casually trade them, nor mock them with a condescending attitude, with the intent to attack and slander. The Buddha and Bodhisattvas not only cannot have such vulgar habits, but they are the ones who taught people to abandon them. Thus, they cannot be accused of failing to educate society, because, through their actions, words, and thoughts, they have left invaluable moral lessons for all humanity to learn and cultivate. Many believe that Wu Chunyin arrogantly insulted the Buddha, the Bodhisattvas, and the holy monks when he mimicked public opinion and created such an absurd plot. What the Buddha advised people to abandon and avoid, the author attached to the Buddha himself. So, what was the author's aim? To propagate morality or oppose it? Of course, the answer is to oppose Buddhist morality. Wu Chunyin's educational purpose, if any through the story, has become meaningless. When he created that bizarre trick at the end of the story, the Buddha blatantly bribed and even scolded Sun Wukong. When this monkey demanded to make a big deal out of it, you, wait to speak steadily. The matter of those two, Kasyapa and Ananda, demanding gifts from you, I already knew. However, not everyone gives in Lankavatara, nor can it be taken for free. And only obtained 3 packs of rice and 3 bundles of glutinous rice from that house. I even told her they sold too cheaply. How will future generations have money to use? To lay the foundation for the Buddha's scheming bribery, Wu Chunyin also fabricated that Tang Sanzang accepted the initial procedure to obtain the worded scriptures. The underlings knew that the Buddha was fully aware of the 2 venerables demanding tribute gifts. This required offering them a golden ox bowl as a tribute. They would then hand over the true worded scripture. It can be affirmed that this affirmation purpose was directed by the author from the start of his fictional story. Because according to the Buddha's regulations, Buddhist monks are not allowed to use golden bowls. Here, the author constructs the event where Emperor Taizong gives his sworn brother a golden bowl. Then, dozens of chapters later, there is an incident where a valuable item is used for bribery. As for Journey to the West, if its good, unique, and miraculous aspects deserve our praise, then its irrational elements, especially those that are immoral and anti-educational, and contrary to the truth, we must straightforwardly condemn. If we do not want to disregard the fictional world of Journey to the West, as well as the reputation of Wu Chengyin, which over generations has been evaluated in a sycophantic manner, like seeing someone rich and claiming kinship, leading to the dead end of betraying life's morality. It can be seen that the plot where Tang Monk must offer the golden bowl to obtain the true scriptures makes many people lament that even the Buddhist hate has the scourge of bribery. Even the Buddha tolerates the bribery malpractice. So what is the true message of the above story? Here, two issues need to be decoded. Why are the scriptures wordless, and why must the golden bowl be offered to receive the scriptures? For those who renounce the world to practice Buddhism, the alms bowl is one of the important items that each bhikkhu must protect. Therefore, this object symbolizes the pure and clean mind of the renunciant, as well as the compassionate heart that covers all beings. However, Tang Monk's alms bowl is not ordinary. It is an object from the Tang King, given by his sworn brother, meaning it is an emotional keepsake. And it is made of gold, a precious worldly metal, meaning it carries the significance of wealth. Therefore, this bowl of Tang Monk symbolizes personal emotions, fame, and worldly wealth. The requirement to abandon this precious bowl to obtain the Buddhist scriptures implies that humans must let go of worldly desires such as emotions, wealth, and fame to receive the path of liberation. As for Tang Monk being given worthless scriptures, what does it imply? Are they fake, worthless scriptures? The Buddha himself said that blank paper scriptures are not useless, even more precious than scriptures with words. The wordless scriptures were given when Tang Monk had not yet offered the alms bowl, meaning he was still bound by worldly things, still considered the Tang King's keepsake precious and tried to keep it, not yet penetrating the Buddha nature. In that state, although the master and disciples received the true scriptures, they could not understand the profound meaning. Thus, even reading the scriptures would be of no use. Later, when he offered the golden bowl to obtain the true scriptures, Tang Monk had truly let go, had severed all attachments, not clinging to existence nor non-existence, nothing left to hold and nothing needed to be held. He was no longer bound by worldly dharmas, delved deeply into Buddha nature, clearly seeing that all dharmas come from nowhere. Everything is emptiness. This is when he truly realized the Buddhist truth, which is also receiving the true scriptures. In your opinion, what is the true meaning of Journey to the West? Please leave your comments in the comments section. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next video.